Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy? Sports and Fitness Rants. I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. Ladies and gentlemen, on my channel, I'm always telling you guys, live an active lifestyle, make smart nutritional choices, move more and sit less, right? Fight against that laziness. It's not about perfection, but about consistency. It's not about what you look like in the mirror, but about how you feel, ladies and gentlemen. And I've told you guys many times, when we talk about making a smart nutritional choice, food is medicine, ladies and gentlemen. I've talked about this before. Food is medicine. Now, I'm sure you guys have probably seen videos and you guys have seen articles and, you have seen these people that are like, excuse me, holistic doctors, right? People who don't necessarily believe in Western medicine, right? So, they don't want to take Tylenols and Advils, right? People shouldn't be just taking pills to take pills. And I believe that. And I'm true, or I think it's true, that we overdo things these days. Everyone's looking for a shortcut. Everyone's looking for a pill to help them feel better instead of looking at food. Food is medicine, ladies and gentlemen. Now, don't get me wrong. If you have cancer or something like that, food is not going to cure your cancer, right? If you have some serious illness, food's not going to cure you of these illnesses. But what food does is it prevents, it helps to prevent certain illnesses. So that's why I tell you guys to be consistent, not perfect, but consistent. So if you're constantly or consistently eating right, eating certain types of foods, then these foods can help you prevent certain types of illnesses, certain types of cancers, right? That's the facts, ladies and gentlemen. That's why this stuff is there. I mean, you think about back in the day, they didn't have doctors like that. They didn't have medicine like that. They didn't have all these pills and powders and, all these different medications for people to take. And now we become accustomed to this stuff that anytime someone's not feeling good, it could be a little cough. People want to run to the doctor or run to the pharmacy and, get some over-the-counter medicine or get some prescription. That's all it's about now, right? And it's not, like I said, it's not just about people trying to lose weight. It's about people trying to feel better, right? And this is what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. People are looking for a shortcut when the food and things are out there in front of us. Now, once again, we know food is not what it once was. And we know that food is expensive. Like I told you, it's really sad that it costs more money to eat healthy and it costs less to eat bad. So it's almost like they're trying to trap you in a cycle there where you go food shopping. And you guys have seen, I've talked about this. You go food shopping and all the bad food is always on sale. It's always cheap to eat bad. But to eat healthier, it costs more money. It takes more effort. You have to prepare your own food. A lot of us don't have time, don't have the skills to do that, right? We just don't have it. So it's harder for us to eat healthy. So we end up falling into the trap, into that cycle of bad food, of fast food, right? Of convenient food, of cheap food, which is often bad for us. So think about these kinds of things, ladies and gentlemen, and continue to remember that it's up to you, right? We have to make the difference. The foods that we eat, the choices that we make, it's the sum of all of that, ladies and gentlemen. So remember that when you're out there, and, listen, don't get down on yourself. I tell you guys all the time, it's like people believe in so much stuff. They'll believe in so many things, but they don't believe in themselves. Like, I don't get that, right? People believe in God. They've never seen God. They have no really factual proof that God exists. And I'm not saying that I believe in God, ladies and gentlemen. I get all this, but they don't even believe in themselves. How do you not believe in yourself, but you believe in God? You should believe in yourself. People don't have any beliefs in themselves. I don't get this stuff, man. So make the smart nutritional choice, ladies and gentlemen. Remember that that's the key to really having that energy, right? And that food is medicine. It is. It will be there to heal you. Like I said, it's not going to be the end-all, be-all, the cure-all for any illness or disease you have. It's about the prevention. It's about preventative, right? That's the key. That's why I always tell people, make a smart nutritional choice, right? Get out of your comfort zone. Expand your horizons. Try different foods. Better yourself, push yourself. And food is medicine, ladies and gentlemen. Don't always look for a pill or a powder or go to the doctor for something, right? The doctor's not there to save you all the time. They can't be there to save you all the time. I told you the doctor should be someone that you're going to as a last resort almost, right? Things are not going right. You're not feeling good. You don't know what's going on, right? Because sometimes I tell you guys, the symptoms and the signs that our body gives us, we can figure out ourselves. I tell you guys, if you're not eating right and you start not feeling good, you don't have to go to the doctor for that. You didn't eat something good, so your stomach's not feeling good. Maybe you have to go to the bathroom. You're on the toilet bowl all the time. Maybe you're throwing up, right? Maybe you have a certain pain that came out of nowhere because you were doing a certain exercise and you weren't doing it right. So I told you guys to listen to the signs and symptoms of your body. It's trying to tell you something. You're not eating right. You're not taking care of yourself. You're drinking too much alcohol. You're smoking too much cigarettes, right? You're eating too much cookies and cakes and sugar. You're just not eating good. So your body's giving you the signs and symptoms. You might look like hell. I see people out here, man, they're 10, 15 years younger than me, but they look like hell. It's because of the choice that you're making. It's not your genetics. People always try to blame their genetics, man. And oh, man, Robin, you're lucky. You have genetics the way you look. That's not it, ladies and gentlemen. I told you, I never saw my parents exercise. I never saw my father do a single push-up, a jumping jack, a squat. He never went to a gym, but he lived an active lifestyle. That's what he did. My dad wasn't perfect eating and things of that nature. And neither was my mother. It almost is kind of perfect eating. I'm not going to lie. It's insane the way that she is. But once again, they're not perfect, guys. And like I said, my parents never went to gyms. My mother used to be an avid runner. She was a runner. She used to run to work as a nurse. I told you. She would run to work when we lived in the city. She would work all day on her feet as a nurse, and then she would jog home. This is what she did. But she wasn't a gym goer or someone that went and lifted weights and did all this crazy stuff that I saw and was doing the same. I saw my parents living an active lifestyle, not being lazy. And my mother always tried to get us to eat healthy. I told you, we didn't have soda in the house when I was young, right? This was like a special thing for us to have soda. We didn't keep those kinds of things. I told you, I never seen my mother drink alcohol before, right? It just wasn't like that. My parents don't smoke cigarettes, so there wasn't an influence like that on us. So in turn, we made those same decisions for ourselves, right? But ultimately, it was up to us. Right? My parents can't make me do something or wake me up in the morning to exercise. It's not genetics that's waking me up to do these workouts or to stay consistent, to stay in that routine. It's not genetics, ladies and gentlemen. Genetics are going to get you so far, right? But it's up to you to make those choices, right? It's always on us, ladies and gentlemen. So remember, food is medicine, ladies and gentlemen. There's things that we can do out there, certain things that we can eat that will help us be better, help us have more energy, right? Because a lot of us don't have energy. We talked about this, guys. So remember, food is medicine.